Hey everybody, back after another week off. No, this is not a monthly show, it is a bi-weekly show, but I missed a week, took a vacation-ish where I just didn't record this, and now I'm back. Let's do episode 25. So, what are we going to talk about? The B.O.C, baby. Let's talk about what Tiffyboy and his band of merry men did this past week with the prime rate increase. Want to talk about why everyone's so upset and pissy. It's only 25 basis points. God, it's gone up 4.75 in the last year. What's another 25 bips between friends? Anyway, talk about why or how the federal government can actually stop making this worse and actually help. I don't know if they know, though. We're going to talk about, they might not know what to do. Have you heard Christiland? We're going to talk about how to pronounce her damn name. Christina Freeland, have you heard her talk? I don't think she knows where she is or what planet she's on. Job reports. Let's talk about that. That's like an up and down yo-yo. What the hell's going on there? All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Green Effect Podcast. Finance, life, business, and everything in between. And now, your host, Stephen Green.
Hello, everybody. Season 3, episode 25. Man, I got like 4 weeks worth of crap to talk about today because I did end up taking Canada Day long weekend off and not recording a podcast. But having said that, there really wasn't much leading into that podcast anyway. Because believe me, all the excitement was from like the last week and a half or so. Anyway, let's get into it. So, man, this is housing right now, and interest rates and mortgages and all that fun stuff. Just a gong show. So let me, to use the new trigger word, pardon the pun, let's unpack this a little bit. So for those of you living on a rock or under a rock, or who have been on vacation for a prolonged period of time, Bank of Canada last week increased the bank prime lending rate by 0.25%. Now, we've had 10 increases, the rate's gone up a lot, 4.75. So hey, what's another 0.25% between friends? But this one had some significance. And what I'm really confused about is people seem to be surprised by the last two Bank of Canada increases. I don't get it. The last one in June, dude, I don't even have an economics degree. I could tell you they were going to jack up the rate. Seriously. And this last one, I think there is some surprise there, but I think people are just pissed. I think people are done. Our country is just in a state of crap. And it's just getting worse. So let's unpack it a bit, all right? So like I said, they increased the rate by 0.25%, okay? Now, I have said this on this show before, and I'm going to say it again. As much as Tiffyboy, back in 2020, basically told an entire country, just go ahead, spend money, the rates are going to be are going to be low for a while, we're in a pandemic, do what you got to do, Canadians can rest assured, I believe was almost the exact words he used, rest assured that rates will be low for a long time, okay? So, being the amazing, kind Canadian people that we are, we went and spent our asses off, right? Bought houses, bought cars, renovated homes. The HGTV generation was born, okay? We got so high off of cheap money, and listen, give a gun to the monkey shoots itself. Do you blame the monkey, okay? Banks were lending it out like it was going out of style. We all made a lot of money. Everybody, okay? From the top down, people made a lot of money, okay? And so I actually, to bring it back to TIFF, this may sound insane. I can't believe I'm about to defend that little man, but I think he has to do this, folks. Sorry. I'm going to say it. Now, he has to do it because we have a bunch of other crap happening that he's got one weapon only, and it's moving rates up and down. Okay? I actually don't blame that little guy. I'll be honest. Now we need some leadership, which I can't believe I'm going to use these two words in the same sentence, but we need leadership from the Trudeau government. And they're a disaster. That guy hasn't got a clue. He is so far in over his head, he doesn't even know which way to breathe. Does that even make sense? I don't know. It's a new one I just created on the show here. So we do have a federal government that is jacking up immigration. Like, the amounts that we are increasing by is historic. I think we're on a rolling expectation of like 1.5 million permanent, non-permanent work visa, basically anyone coming into our country, period, right? And our country needs immigration, like 100%. People are dying faster than they're being born, right? Maybe it's because of the strain on our medical system, whole other podcast. But we can't sustain this. we have immigrants coming here living on the streets. Like, we have a thing called tent city, which we didn't even know in the main. I'm sure those things have been around, but in the mainstream, that wasn't a thing before. And if you listen to JT, Christia Freeland, I thought her name was Christina Freeland. I don't care. Call her the Disney Plus lady. Let's keep it simple. The Minister of Finance, they have to stop parading her out. Like, just stop. Tell her to sit in her office, keep her yap shut, and don't talk. Because she's not real. Maybe she's smart. She might be intelligent. She's horrible in front of the cameras. Like, she's horrible. So, I don't blame JT. I do blame JT. I don't blame Tiffyboy anymore. Okay? I blame him for the stupid things he said and the forward guidance he gave. He probably got us into this mess. But in order to fix it, he has to raise rates. We need more unemployed people. Do I have to say that again? We need people to lose jobs. We need a recession. We need people to stop paying their mortgages. Problem is, they still are paying their mortgages. Now, are we seeing delinquency rise? Yes. Are we seeing household debt increase exponentially? Maybe not literally exponentially, but pretty damn close. Okay? So we have Canadians right now who are struggling, and I think that's why this last interest rate increase has struck a chord. The kind, loving, wonderful Canadian people are sick of this bullshit. Like, they're done. They're done. Right? Are we going to see people sell their homes because they can't afford it? Damn right we are. That is going to start to happen, which let's just go down this domino effect line, okay? I'm an employed Canadian. I own a home, okay? I have a relatively average income, we'll say, okay? I have a house, the whole bit. And I got to sell my house, okay? House is sold. Where do I go? I go into the rental market. The rental market is unattainable. It's probably cheaper to keep your mortgage, be late on payments, than go into the rental market. Okay, but let's say I go into the rental market now. I'm paying more in the rental market. Well, now I can't pay more bills. Well, now maybe I lose my job. But who buys the house that I just sold? An investor? Someone to live there? Is there anybody that can afford this shit? No. Walk me through how this makes any sense at all. Okay? And this is the pickle we're in, guys. Do I know the answer? No. Could I make recommendations? Yeah. Okay? We got to reduce immigration. We need immigration, 100%. But we got to reduce it. So maybe we don't let, or maybe we only let tradespeople into the country. Because just to throw another log on this freaking fire, we have like a 20,000 um, person shortage of trades and laborers to build the houses that we need. So maybe we need to stop or slow down significantly, you know, computer science people or engineer specifically, you know, not towards helping with the housing issue. You know what I mean? Like if we have an engineer that designs homes, okay, we got to let him in, right? But we don't let the engineer who, I don't know, I'm going to make up something here, a health engineer maybe. I don't know, I'm making that up, but you know where I'm going with this. Maybe we only bring in or allow in the folks that are actually addressing our shortfall. Okay? Um and until and as listen, as a grandchild of immigrant parents, I was lucky. Pardon me, my family was lucky where yeah, they got jobs, they worked hard, they owned a home, they did the Canadian dream thing. But maybe we don't or reduce significantly refugee um refugee people coming in, and excuse my ignorance, I don't know exactly how that process works. Okay, I don't know, but the it's one thing to say that's mean and racist to not bring in refugees and help them and stuff like that. I don't know that being here is better than maybe where they're coming from because they can't afford it. And if our government helps to support them, we don't have any money to give them anymore. I know this sounds horrible, my friends, but maybe I'm just thinking out loud as to where the gaps are. Like, I want to bring people into the country who need Canada. If you're escaping a horrible situation, then yes, I get it. My concern is, what if this makes it worse for you? What if you're coming to a country where you got to live on the street with your family because there's no affordable housing? Okay? We can keep going down this line of stuff that's creating problems. But again, I want to come back to who is truly not only to blame, we can blame all we want, but who's going to fix this? And I think the only person that can really fix this, other than the actions of Bank of Canada to try to get shit under control, is going to be the federal government. And I don't care, liberal, PC, somebody has to do the right thing. JT spending money, man. Dude, that guy's got no money in the bank and he is spending it. And I don't think he's got a clue as to what's going on, but he's got to stop spending money unless it is something that actually addresses the problem. Let me give an example as to what I mean by that. This whole grocery incentive thing. Okay, let me just explain why this is a really bad idea. Okay? And man, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Please, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's face it. We got the Liberal government and we got the NDP. Okay? NDP for the people, the whole bit. You know, we all know the platform of the NDP. Okay, very socialist, not a big deal. I think as a country we need that opposition view to what's in government right now a little bit, a little bit, to be able to really offer Canadians a different view on politics. Okay? I get it. However, when you are the Liberal government and you have the NDP up your ass, because you need the NDP to get shit through readings in Parliament and all that other stuff, you can't just give them what they want. This whole grocery thing, that's NDP, baby. That is them being, hey, so this is the conversation. Jazz Meat to JT. JT, it's Jazz Meat. Bro, what's going on? Right? And JT's like, I don't know, man. I have never had to balance a checkbook. I haven't got a clue what to do. Jazz Meat's like, I got the solution for you, man. Here's what you're going to do. You want those votes, big guy? Here's what you're going to do. Very simple. Everybody under a certain income, let's say just for spitballing purposes, $39,000 a year. Give them like $500 for groceries. Dude, they will be so happy. And of course, JT, clueless as the next guy, okay, in his government. Notice I'm saying he didn't call Christina Freeland because she probably couldn't even spell grocery or budget. But JT's probably like, dude, great idea. That's like 10 million people in the country. They're all going to probably vote for me. That would be a great idea. Here's why this is not a fucking good idea, guys, okay? You're just fueling the fire. You're giving money to folks to buy groceries. Those folks are not the ones that are impacted by the housing shortage and crisis directly. Indirectly, they sure are. But if you keep spending money that you don't have to float a boat with holes in it, walk me through how this freaking math works, because I don't get it. I don't get it. So to come back to my original point, because I know I'm going off in tangents here, but when you have someone who's running the country who could probably solve part of this problem, or at least right the ship a little bit, who is clueless, what's playing out right now is exactly what should play out. We are living in the world by a script, and this is exactly how the script should go. Folks, this is not made up. Cause and effect. We're living the effect right now. So, I think by and large, I think, someone has to do something, but I don't think it's going to be done in the interest of anybody. That's a very general statement, but we are abolishing the middle class. We don't have a middle class anymore. Let's not kid ourselves, okay? And whatever middle class we have left are very quickly going to start to make a turn to either upper or lower. We may as well call ourselves the US right now, okay? Because we don't have a government that has any freaking clue of what's going on. They just don't. And I can almost guarantee you, almost guarantee you, next federal election, it's going to be like Kathleen Wynne 2.0, right? For people who live in Ontario back 2019 or whatever it was, she was a liberal provincial leader, screwed it up, gave money to people, pissed off businesses, the list goes on. And the Ontario people reacted by putting in Doug Ford, and at the time, awesome decision, right? Given what was going on. And it was like anybody but her. Like, is there anybody else that would like to run the province? That's all it was. Okay? This is what's going to happen. I mean, guys, the Liberal government in Ontario doesn't even have official party status. I think they only won like 2 seats. Like, Liberal who? In Ontario? So, this is probably what's going to happen on the federal level with JT at the next election. Has to. This guy's got to go. Thank you for legalizing pot. Get the fuck out of here. We're done. Thanks. Goodbye. And take Christina Freeland with you. I posted a TikTok, a stitch, with JT's speech. I just want to... It definitely went a little viral. Relatively speaking, for little old me, it definitely went viral. Okay. I'm just going to open up my TikTok. You'll hear some sounds. I just want to see... Whoops. That's the wrong button. Oh, sugar. What am I doing here?
That's great.
That's right. I'm looking on TikTok, guys. Bear with me here. Oh, here we go. I'm going to see how many views I got on TikTok for that one. I was up over 12,000 at one point. Let's see here. 13,700. Okay. So I posted on TikTok basically, what the hell is wrong with this guy? I got a lot of views and a lot of likes. So I'm going to post one about Crystalline Freeland. Because I got one of her just being clueless. Just clueless. So, I don't know, man. What happens? We'll see. We'll definitely see. Housing right now, if you're an investor, go buy a property because the rental income is huge, absolutely huge. It probably almost offsets the rates, to be honest with you. So, switching gears a little bit. Everyone's always asking, where are the rates going? Where are the rates going? Man, obviously variables higher. Okay. I don't know if fixed rates are going to start to come down. Maybe because the bond market came down. So for those of you who don't know, we're talking about variable versus fixed. The variable rate money, it's a different market than it is the fixed rate money. Okay. So variable rate mortgages are impacted by prime as is set forth by Bank of Canada. And then the banks decide what their prime lending rate is going to be based on how much they can lend the money for, if that makes sense. You get it, I think. On the fixed side, though, it's connected to the bond market. So right now, because we're inverted, okay, sounds a little dirty, but we are. So because we're inverted, when bond prices go up, fixed rates go with them. Bond prices go down, more fixed rate mortgages come down. So I'm just going to double check right now and see what the current bond rate is. So as of, how about I get the correct day? What's the date today? No, this is not accurate. Hold on, don't go anywhere. All right, still, I pretty much didn't change at all. All right, that's good. So the second the Bank of Canada announced their rates, the bond rates came down. Okay, bond market is a forward-looking indicator. Okay, forward-leading indicator. So if they start to drop a little bit, they could be pricing in, I don't want to be this dramatic, but they could be pricing in a recession. Possible. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But I'm hoping if the bond rates come down, I'm hoping banks can pass along that discount to their clients. They might not, because every bank has escalated loan loss provisions right now. Okay. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. My stance on do I buy now, do I wait, whatever, it's always going to be the same. Doesn't matter. Okay. You buy when you're ready and you can afford it. Don't bother timing the market. Seriously, don't bother. I got people who've been trying to time the market for 15 years. They still haven't bought a house. And they could have had half a house paid off by now. Okay. If you are ready emotionally, financially, hell, physically, okay, buy a house if it makes sense for you, right? On that note, if you are a variable rate mortgage holder, God bless you. You are fighting the good fight. If you have questions on a variable rate mortgage and what to do, please do not wait until the last minute to reach out with questions or for help. It's important you don't go about this alone. If you got questions, you're concerned, you got to reach out to someone like myself, your trusted advisor, whatever. Try not to get advice from mom and dad, okay? They're not financial advisors. Get advice from professionals, mortgage broker, mortgage agent, whatever the case may be, okay? Super, super important that you do get that looked at. Don't, if you leave it till too late, you're already in too much hot water. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to mention the job report came out. Jesus, man. How could I almost end this podcast without talking about the job report? Okay. So we have our unemployment rate increased like a titch. That's my educated term is titch. All right. But we added 60,000 jobs. What? Like, what the hell? How does this work? How does this make sense? What's my favorite line from The Big Short? 2 + 2 = fish. We got a jobs report that is kind of crazy. We got rates increasing. We got JT spending like he's got like unlimited funds to give away to everybody. It's pretty nuts. So job rates, unemployment came up. We've avoided recessions for a bit now. I was talking to a broker buddy of mine. You know what I wish? I wish, for those of you who used to own a BlackBerry, You know how, and when it all, like, it would go kind of funny and it would flash and freeze. What did they tell you to do? Pull the battery out, wait 10 seconds, and put it back in. Does anybody wish we could just do that with our, like, world? Can we just pull out the battery, wait 10 seconds, and put it back in, rip off this Band-Aid, and just restart? Right? Just fast forward a few years financially. Let's just see what's going to happen and just get out of this mess. Anyway, that's all I got to talk about today. Hey, we got a guest coming up. I don't know if I told you that. I will be having a guest on this podcast, so make sure you listen. She's going to be a really cool cat. Great things to talk about. And other than that, love me, like me, follow me, want me, desire me, whatever on social media. Thumbs up, 5-star review on Google, 5-star review on the podcast. Just make me your first love. All right, talk to you soon, and good luck.
Thank you for listening to the Green Effect Podcast. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes or Google Play so you catch the next episode. And don't forget to leave a review. Much appreciated.